Hey guys, what's going on? I'm hoping you're having a great Saturday afternoon, and I just wanted to bring you a quick video in regards to some news that I found out about Rainbow Six Siege yesterday. So, the director of Siege, Leroy Athanasoff, I apologize if I butchered that name, plans to make Rainbow Six Siege free to play someday. He said that he would like to because it's a growing game with over 55 million players, and even the creative team of Rainbow is on board with that. However, they have one big problem, which is smurfing. Smurfing is basically a pro or advanced level player who's in the diamond ranks where they would lose intentionally, so they go down in rank and play with the copper level players. For an example of this would be, say you have a KD of 4, but you have a win-loss record of .2. The system that they use, MMR, which is a system that determines your skill base of how skilled of a player you are, would determine that you are a smurfing account. But there is no penalty and or ban system in place currently right now in Siege. However, and that's one of the main reasons they have not made it free to play yet, because they want to fix this issue. Now, personally, I agree with the decision to hold off on it. Now, with it being in its 5th year soon, with the game being in its 5th year, that would be amazing for it to be free to play going into the next generation of consoles, considering the life cycle of Rainbow Six Siege will be a 10-year game, meaning that at the half mark of the PS5's life cycle, this game will be ending. But as I said, I agree with the decision to make this a free-to-play game, because from the money standpoint, it's a great decision, because the annual battle pass, the battle pass every season, the annual year passes, the premium skins, that's how these games like Apex and Fortnite and all of these other games that are free to play make their money. Because to be honest with you, you really only buy the game one time. So these companies, they only make money off of the game one time when you buy the game that first time for the $60. After that, let's say you trade it back into GameStop and they give you like $10 or $15 for the game. Every time you buy the game pre-owned, GameStop keeps the money. So these companies are making the money from their skins, their battle pass, their annual pass, their XP boost, things of that nature. Now, I would like to see Rainbow Six Siege free to play, because I'll be honest, I love this game. Before I played Rainbow, excuse me, I played mostly Apex Legends. Now, I enjoy playing Apex Legends. I think it's a very fun game, and it's a very unique twist on the Battle Royale genre. I know this isn't a Battle Royale game, but the search and destroy concept of it, where you only get one life, I really enjoy it. However, the only having 3 players, that I can't sit well with that, because we all know, if you've played it before, you have teammates who are shit at the game, excuse my language. They run off, they get picked off, and they die horribly. And having 5 players in Rainbow is just amazing for me, because if there's at least 3 good players on the team, you can win the game. Now, as I said earlier, with Rainbow having a 55 million player base, I would assume they are looking to expand that player base, and by making the game free to play, that would do so greatly for them, as it would attract more new players. But as I said earlier, once again, their main problem is smurfing. This would be very catastrophic for new players, even so such as myself, that when they pick up the game for the first time, there's already a huge learning curve with learning the new operators and learning the maps and whatnot, right? So then, by having these smurfing accounts and having these diamond level players, excuse me, I have to take a swig of water really quickly. Excuse me. Having these diamond level players playing with copper level players would make the beginners of the game think the game is terribly unbalanced, which, if they are figuring out ways to smurf in this game and there is no penalty in place, that it is unbalanced. And it is unfair because if you're just starting the game and you're playing against somebody who has thousands and thousands of hours playing the game, who's been playing the game since its inception, that would be an extreme problem. Because, I mean, let's be honest, who wants to play a game where you're playing with a beginner, you're a beginner and your buddy on the other team is an absolute monster at the game and you can't do anything, and every time you play, you're playing against these monsters and you barely even figured out how a breach charge works. So, I mean, if they fixed this smurfing issue, it would be great to have it in the free-to-play market. Because, I'll be honest, right now, this search and destroy theme that all of these games are doing, like Counter-Strike. I mean, no, not Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike isn't search. Well, yes it is. Yes it is. What am I saying? This sucks. This fucking sucks. Excuse me. That's why. Excuse me. But no, that's why the search and destroy aspect of these games work. And what do I mean is, by having one life, it forces you to become more of a competitive player. And I personally, I was not attracted to that genre of playing at first. I was used to Battlefield and Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront, where if I died, I just respawn and just start over. But since playing Apex, I like the idea of having one life and having to rely on your teammates to know where the enemy is, and your special abilities and coordination with your teammates and or the rest of your team. But having the game set in a way that I could be a diamond level player. Oh my god, yo, I just got peeled back right there. I apologize. Oh, Jesus, yo, Glass is overpowered. I'm sorry, that sniper rifle, whatever he has, is overpowered. I can't believe that he just killed that warden in like 2 taps. But, what was I saying? It wouldn't be very fair if you have a learning curve of learning the operators, and then you have a diamond level player in your lobby as a copper because he lost a few matches. That's unfair, that's unbalanced. I do think there should be some type of penalty in place if they decide to make Rainbow free to play, which I am of the camp that they eventually will, especially with the PlayStation 4 being at the end of its life cycle, meaning that, and we all know that the PS5 is confirmed to be backwards compatible, and wow, I just completely got blindsided by that Maestro. I knew he was there, and I still took the bait and looked in an entirely different direction and got mowed down. Jesus Christ. But no, as I was saying, if they were to do that and make this game free to play, I would like for them to have some type of ban system in place, such as, you remember how in the Road to 6 Invitational, they had the stadium match, which, amazing map by the way, I really wish they keep that in the casual map pool, that if you were to leave the match, you'd get a renown penalty, you'd be banned for a few minutes. I believe that if they catch you smurfing, then you should be penalized for that. You should have a renown penalty for that, at the very least. I mean, even though renown doesn't really do much, considering you can just pay $5 and buy the operators, or you can just pay like what, 20 or 30 bucks and buy all of the operators for 1 year. But regardless, I believe there should be some type of penalty in place, because that is highly unfair if you can do that. I myself, I will be honest, when I used to play Battlefield 3, I got away with that, and I thought it was unfair, so I stopped. But Rainbow Six Siege and free-to-play seems like a good combination. I'd be excited to see where it grows, especially with the PS5 coming out and the 8K graphics and the ray tracing and everything like that. I'd love to see Rainbow Six Siege on the PS5 with its new upgraded hardware and everything, and I'd love to see Rainbow Six free to play. With that being said, this concludes my thoughts on Rainbow Six being free. Leave a like, comment down what your thoughts are. If you like, share the video with someone you know, whether that be a coworker, friend, or a classmate, and subscribe if you like. Thanks guys, and have a great day.